Hello.
Hello, Brian.
Speaking.
This is Lynn Chamberlain with iWine Radio.
How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Are you able to record one segment with me now?
Yeah, let me put my headphones on so I don't have any outside noise.
Okie dokie.
1 second. This will work so much better.
Oh, good. Your voice even sounds stronger. You must have come closer to the mic or to the phone or something.
Yeah, I just for some reason, I don't know whether it's the iPhone or what, but not only do I get a lot of dropped calls, sometimes I have the hardest time hearing people, and so this works so much better.
Cool. Okie doke. We're going to record a 12-minute segment. And when you hear the music coming up under our voices, that means we have about 20 seconds to finish what we're saying.
Okay.
And then if you would stay on the line with me another 2 or 3 minutes so I can record a promo and from you, and I will put it at the beginning, just introducing yourself and the restaurant.
Okay, great.
Okie dokie. I'll bring down the mic and we will get started. Thanks. Many years ago. Actually, it was, I think it was spring of 1990. I spent some time in France, in Provence in particular, and in particular in the home of some absolutely lovely people in Fréjus. And I remember every single, well, not every single night, but, most evenings we would have charcuterie before dinner. We would dinner would take 4 or 5 hours, just amazing. And I've always had a love affair with charcuterie, which maybe not everyone listening understands what that means. Charcuterie, it's a French word, and it refers to this, what I'm going to introduce, which really goes on all around the world: smoked, cured, or processed sausages, hams, pâtés, and other meats, originally intended as a way to preserve meats before the development of refrigeration. And they are particularly hot in very progressive restaurants right now across the United States, are serving charcuteries as a first course. Joining us today on Wine and Dine is Brian Duncan, who is the wine director for Chicago's Bin 36, that has a very prominent charcuterie program and of course wine list that he's going to talk to us about. And Brian, thank you so very much for talking to us. There are several different signature flight presentations of charcuterie, which can also include wines with cheeses as well. So if you could please introduce us to the program, what you're working with at Chicago Bin 36.
Well, sure. Thanks for having me, first of all. We have had a very large and really fun food and wine program. We created a large cheese program with almost 50 cheeses from around the world, sort of mirroring our approach to wine by the glass. And it's so interactive. We feel that people love choices. So that the sense that we have 50 wines by the glass, 50 cheeses from around the world, we started looking at an opportunity for people to sample in sort of a group way. And so we have a nice broad variety of charcuterie as well, and people can enjoy them individually, or they can have them sort of in flights like we like to speak about it. Or we can do it in combination with cheeses. So I'm one of those people that goes out to eat, and I want a little bit of everything. And this opportunity allows people to really taste even outside of their safety zone and try new things.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Outside of their safety zone. So what occurs to me with that statement is that your wait staff has to be really on the ball and above average knowledgeable to be able to have conversations and know where and figure out where each diner where they're coming from, not necessarily where the server is coming from, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, the way that I have approached training is that I tell them that you are tour guides.
Okay, good.
And you have all of the background information of everything people could experience here, and you're there as their advocate and to explain. Once they're interested in something, find out, ask questions, and be their guide and help them put together an experience. Our menu format is such that it's not a traditional sort of appetizer, entree, dessert. It's more multiple choices in plates and everything from seafood to vegetables and meat, etc., as well as our cheese and charcuterie program. But given, when we go into any place that we're not the experts, whether I tell people I shouldn't have to be a tailor to get my suit altered, I don't go in and tell the tailor what to do.
That's a good point.
So, and knowing that, I give my servers a lot of tools and a lot of information, and then they can turn around and guide the guest in the most appropriate way and really create a unique experience that they could come in every day that week and have a completely different experience based on what they were wanting to do.
And in fact, Brian, do you have people who do that? When they're done with work, or where are you? I don't know Chicago at all. The Bin 36 restaurant, is this in like the business district, or are there a lot of attorneys, or where is it located? High-rise apartments? I mean, do you?
We're considered downtown.
Okay.
The Loop is the central business district.
Okay.
We are just north of that across the Chicago River, just across it. So we're still considered very downtown. It's very centrally located. And we have the luxury of really drawing from not only the business community, but downtown Chicago is very residential.
Okay.
And because it's a really energetic environment. And so we see a lot of regulars. We're surrounded by hotels, so we see people from out of town. And so we're probably at point zero in the city. People often comment what a broad audience we have.
Wow. Okay, let's please, could you mention off the names of I have the list in front of me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different selection of charcuterie. And does this change with different seasons? For instance, and I may be pronouncing correctly or incorrectly, is it finocchetta or with...
Finocchetta.
Finocchetta with baby fava beans. But you can't get baby fava beans all year round, can you?
No, and in any of the accompaniments and even the main protein itself will change. Not only seasonally, and I think that sometimes there's a mistake when you say seasonal, because the vegetables and produce and fruit don't know when the season is.
That's
necessarily.
True.
They come in and out as it's their time. So sometimes within a season, what we consider spring, certain vegetables appear and disappear, and like that. So we aren't changing our menu so much seasonally. Certainly we do that, but what we also do is change within the seasons when we come across things that are particularly special and flavorful, so that we can showcase them at their peak.
Okay, talk to me about this duck liver mousse with rhubarb raisin agrodolce.
Oh my goodness! This I could order the agrodolce on its own. I tell you, the accompaniments are as much a part of everything. They're not just throwaways. We find that people love the different components and elements on the plate, and they spark conversation.
What kind of wine by the glass would you personally like to enjoy drinking with the duck liver mousse and the rhubarb raisin agrodolce?
Well, I love Riesling in particular. Across the board, it's going to be the most friendly with all of these. selections. But particularly with the raisin, these are golden raisins.
Okay.
A Gewürztraminer has a quite an affinity for that,
Wow.
and really is exceptional.
Wow. What would you recommend with the smoked port rillettes and with a beer mustard?
When the Rillette is another fun one. We can do white and red with that. One of the things that I like to do is sparkling rosés, like cavas, things like that. We also like to do prosecco, rosé prosecco.
And because when people read beer mustard, I would imagine a lot of people really would like to have a nice beer with that.
Sure, a heartier, a darker ale is really beautiful with that. We're beer friendly as well. I'm an ale guy, so every winemaker. I'm a winemaker, and every winemaker will tell you it takes a lot of good beer to make good wine. But another one of my choices, if you wanted to do red, you could certainly do Pinot Noir. You could get away with, and I mean, I'm talking more California style. Okay. And then, because I get really specific, and then California Zinfandel, and certainly California Syrah, Australian Shiraz. With mustard, Zinfandel has this really unique ability with sweet and sour sauces, and sort of things like soy, barbecue sauce, mustard. Zinfandel can be quite a foil for those flavors.
Zinfandel goes well with umami taste?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now how about this Framani Mortadella? Is it Framani?
Yes, absolutely. Really wonderful. We make our own breadsticks, and they're flavored with anise, and that sort of licoricey flavor is a really great contrast to all the richness from the mortadella. So that's a really great dish. And then I move my accompaniments over to different ones of the charcuterie and see how those flavors play out, which is always fun. When I do wine tastings, or I go to luncheons or dinners where we're analyzing wine, I'm the one that frustrates the service staff because they always want to clear the glasses. I keep every single wine, and then I bounce around between each course because you make discoveries that way.
Of course. And then you are able to share your discoveries with others. On a final note here, because we're almost out of time, this chicken fried quail with English pea waffle and pear mostarda. English pea waffle sounds like I want to try that.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's sort of our take on chicken and waffles, which has certainly been very, very popular. But given that we're doing a lot with portion sizes that are a little smaller so people can try more, the size of the quail really works out and beautifully.
Wow. Well, Brian Duncan, thank you so very much for joining us today on Wine and Dine. It sounds like you have a really a glorious job and an awful lot of fun.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Brian Duncan is wine director for Chicago's Bin 36 on Wine and Dine.